About the rain, of course, the Olympics opening ceremony was all about the rain, and the closing ceremony, it was grand. They brought it back to the stadium, as we would normally know. A lot of it was in the stadium. It was beautiful. There was a whole lot. There were performances, little stuff. It looked like a normal opening ceremony,
like opening.
Like what others would do for an opening because
ceremony,
it was now stadium based and all of that. They brought it down to the stadium. Quite a few things. They passed the torch to LA.
Okay.
LA will be hosting the 2028 games, and Tom Cruise actually performed the stunt.
What was the stunt he did?
So he rappelled down from the roof of the stadium, and then got down to pick up the flag from Simone Biles.
Wow.
And he took the flag, went and rode out of the stadium. But I think now this one was pre-recorded.
Okay.
Now did a skydive,
Interesting.
which we already know that will happen. He did a skydive with the flag down into LA. And then got into LA, passed the flag, and then the flag man went to Snoop in the LA desert kind of, and then they performed. Dr. Dre now came up, and then they now performed. And I think Billie Eilish, also performed. And so they took over the torch. Okay, it's the US hosting 2028, and incidentally, the US is also going to be hosting 2026 World Cup. That's talking about US, Canada, and Mexico will be hosting 2026 World Cup. They're hosting 2028.
America is literally in charge from 6 to 8, and that's what people have been talking about. That
it's a lot.
It is
a big place.
It is. And then when they sang the national, while they were closing, they sang the American anthem. I was like, and I thought about the responsibility these guys, how they think about themselves. They are alpha. Everybody talks about, the big boys. Russia is no longer there. So normally it would have been Russia, America, China, hustling for the medals, almost in everything. But now it's US and
China and Japan. Apparently.
No, Japan was halfway off. Yeah. Japan had 20 gold medals. US and China had 40.
Wow. Gold is actually, it weighs more than the other medals.
I'm talking about the medals here. There was this, it went on online. Now, the medals are supposed to be, it was only in 1912. Now, if you see any Olympic medal from 1912, it was pure gold.
Wow.
That's talking about the gold medal.
Yeah.
But now, what you have is 90% of each medal silver.
Okay.
And then a gold.
Gold-plated,
Interesting.
So, but now the quality of the medals in Paris, there were complaints. People were complaining about the quality. It was washing off.
Yes, even from,
so there were a lot of the artists were doing videos, and then the Paris IOC had to say, okay, look, if you have, bring them, we would work on them and get them back to you, all of that.
So I know that the medals themselves were supposed to be iconic to Paris. So what they did was they took a piece of the Eiffel Tower. So the Eiffel Tower has done a lot of repairs over the years. So they took the metal from the original Eiffel Tower, cut hexagons out of it, and placed those hexagons on every medal, such that every medalist has a piece of Paris
those guys, man,
to take home with them,
which is
very, very iconic.
Which is why when people were talking about, the medals aren't so good, people were like, okay, drama on social media now. And maybe it's the old Eiffel Tower that infected. I was like, seriously, you guys.
But it is still a piece of Paris.
Nice you mentioned.
You saw that?
No, it's nice. It's nice you mentioned because, those guys, when I think about it, a lot of things were going through my mind. Have you ever had that phenomenon where in 1 second, 1,000 things go through your mind?
Yeah.
You know that phenomenon? So, let me not say the other thing, because Mary will understand that more. Because I was thinking that there are people that create an environment that works.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
That's just what was going through my mind.
Sure.
It's possible. They do have their challenges.
Yes.
Let's not, because while all of that was going on, I was putting two and two together. They have their own insecurity challenges.
Crazy.
We're talking about the UK now, and you know what happened. And somebody can just stand up and want to do shooting practice that the US did not win the gold.
In fact, many people were scared of France because France is notorious for that. There could be a sudden blast.
And there are a lot of gangs and all sorts of things there as well.
But
then the gypsy culture is a major part of that.
Actually.
And then if you've ever heard about the pickpocket activity in Paris.
No, pickpockets and Paris are PP. They work together.
They worked. So I was wondering how they were going to handle it. They said transportation challenges. They had all sorts of challenges.
Remember when the train stopped working? I think that was the day before the first day of the Olympics.
There was a blackout.
Yes.
There was a blackout.
They prepared for this. They found their way to manage atmosphere. And that's a beautiful thing about humanity. We are equipped to rise above, to surmount challenges as they come. and we are equipped to do that. And that is the challenge that we have here. You know, looking at everything. You see, for me, it's not depressing per se, because we had a sports minister talk about a number of things. And if you do what is right, you definitely have the results. Principles run the world, irrespective of whatever you think or however you pray and all of that. But what was sad, and that's what I wanted to bring, what was sad was that for Tobi Amusan, she holds the world record. Do you understand? Like, there's something mental, even with those that are big. There was Tobi Amusan, there was Ese Brume, there was Blessing Oboro Dudu. People that supposed to speak mental, but there was something, it's almost like it's mental.
Yeah, there was like a mental.
They don't train here.
Yeah.
So they everything now we know that these athletes. I mean, look at our divas, the Tigresses.
Yeah,
Tigers.
They
did
Big shout out to Rena
well.
Wakama.
Yes.
She was
But then
voted
America
coach
being
of
America.
the tournament
Yeah.
by IFAB. So there are a lot of great things to talk about. Our Tigresses
Amazing.
ladies.
They did well.
Do you understand?
They did amazingly well.
But it was almost like that mental thing. Tobi Amusan, she made a false start in the heats, even though she won. And then the next one, she now slowed down. This is a world record holder.
Yes, and she was actually having a good run. Like, she kept winning each time they were doing the hits, and everybody was so positive that, oh, she's going to get it. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. And so some people were like, Nigeria was just not destined to get any medals this season. But it's not about destiny. See, the thing is this. A lot of people put in their life, their blood, their sweat into the Olympics or into their sports.
You're right.
Now, these artists, these athletes did the same thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it just didn't work out. And then, as you said, so much going on mentally. Look at even our shot put guy. That's, I believe it's Chukwuebuka Enebuche. And how he said, he couldn't attend the closing ceremony because his clothes were too big.
Wow.
And so you look at so many, so many factors, and you tell yourself, this is enough for you to be distracted. And that also means that part of what the committee, that the NFF, or not the NFF alone, the sports ministry should be looking at is also mental, mental training for them. Because as an athlete, you would always have distractions. Even as an average human being, you would always have distractions. But for an athlete, it's easy to lose track 1 second, and 1 second will cost you a lot, because others are also like far, close behind you, or they are doing their best as well. Just one little mistake could cost you a medal. So that's another thing they need to also consider.
So another thing is, on the medals table, there were so many other types of sports that were giving all these other countries loads of medals.
Yeah, yeah. I see
we have
We're focusing we're focusing too much on
athletics.
When I saw breakdance, I was like, Nigeria is not in breakdance.
So there are a lot of
Wow.
people that know how to ride horses here. We have polo teams here. We have equestrians. What's this sword fighting one? What's that one called?
Fencing.
Fencing. Let's fence. We even have a fencing team here in Nigeria. We have so many sports that we can all get involved in that is not as competitive.
And it further buttresses the fact that Nigerians are always into the major.
Yeah.
It's just like before, when it used to be a case of if you cannot be a doctor,
a
lawyer, or a something around, or an engineer. Those three were the top three. It's the same thing with us in sports. If you don't do running, you don't do football, you don't do basketball. We keep talking about the fact that when you go to the Niger Delta, they have major swimmers. But we rarely get proper representation in that angle. It's sad.
As you just mentioned swimming, we have to go, but then swimming is a cheat sport at the Olympics. Why? Because you look at them, those are the people that have the most medals.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you have one person picking 5 medals in one Olympics.
Yeah.
Because to swimming, they will do breaststroke. You do like this,
Butterfly.
you pick medal. They will do backstroke. The same swimming, you do like this, you pick medal. They now do freestyle. Anyhow, you pick medal. That sport is cheating. They should. And you see, we have bodies of water.
Around us.
Yeah.
So now, it's not about 2028. You see, if you want to set up an Olympics, at least 8 years, we can start training people now. Look at the biggest Olympians, or the ones that are at their peak, are kids. 17, 18. You can start training now. For 8 years in front, we put a plan in place.
They were so young.
But amazing. It was an amazing experience.
It was.
And my kids watched the Olympics, I think, officially for the first time.
Oh.
Yeah. So I saw them look and be like, okay, this is something I can do.
That is nice. That is nice. inspire them and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I know we have a lot of champions, Ludo, Ayo.
Maybe
in time they'll put it at the Olympics.
Exactly.
Imagine all those
We have break dancers in Nigeria.
all those way they do.
Let's not limit ourselves.
When they sabi throw double six, say, Ebenezer, the way they look me, because sabi throw double six. But hey, come on. What are your thoughts, yeah?
Yeah, of course. If you have anything you want to share with us, use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us on Instagram, WakeUpNigeria TVCE. Yeah, we're going to take a quick break now. We'll be back after this.